The Supreme Court upheld the principle that almost everyone born on American soil is a U.S. citizen. That's where we're starting the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Hannah Jewell. It's Wednesday, July 1st. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. Justices yesterday struck down President Donald Trump's executive order limiting birthright citizenship. In doing so, they reaffirmed that the 14th Amendment automatically confers citizenship on any child born in the U.S. other than the children of diplomats and other rare cases. The decision was a rejection of Trump's attempt to fundamentally redefine who is an American in ways not seen for more than 150 years. Trump's order had said that citizenship would not be granted to children born to parents who are in the country illegally or those on temporary visas. ACLU National Legal Director Cecilia Wong argued the case against Trump's order back in April. She reacted to the ruling yesterday on ABC News.
If birthright citizenship were to end, our country would be unrecognizable. We would go to a system where your parents' status determines whether you are a citizen of the United States. As I said, Americans of all stripes, from right to left, of all races and backgrounds, believe in the promise of birthright citizenship and in the promise of equality that it gives all of us.
Stephen Miller is one of Trump's advisors and an architect of his immigration strategy. He called the ruling one of the most destructive and outrageous decisions in the court's history. Trump isn't letting go of the issue either. In a post, he urged Congress to pass legislation outlawing birthright citizenship. Yesterday concluded a remarkably consequential term for the Supreme Court in which the justices handed Trump more power, but not as much as he wants. Two sitting Democratic lawmakers were defeated in primary races in Colorado. That's number 2. Democratic voters in Colorado vented their frustration yesterday with their party's establishment. They ousted a long-serving member of Congress and rejected a sitting senator's campaign for governor. Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser won the primary for governor. He defeated Michael Bennet, who has spent 17 years in the Senate and ran for president in 2020. Meanwhile, Malat Quiros, a lawyer and Democratic socialist, beat Representative Diana DeGette, who has been in Congress for nearly 3 decades. Someone brought an air horn to Quiros's victory speech last night.
Denver voters of all ages, of all races, of all religions sent a clear message. We will not wait! We will not wait to take the fight to Donald Trump and the oligarchy. We will not wait!
These primaries were closely watched to see whether a wave of Democratic Socialist victories in New York last week would travel west. Quiros's win proved the theory true. And taken together, the results continue a trend of Democrats picking candidates without ties to Congress. Number 3. President Trump's reported income soared to more than $2.2 billion in 2025. Yesterday, new filings revealed that the president's income substantially increased after he returned to the White House. According to financial disclosure forms, last year he took in more than $1.4 billion from cryptocurrency, digital tokens, and related partnerships. Overall, Trump reported assets worth at least $2.4 billion and an income of over $2.2 billion. His assets are also certainly worth more, though, because of how assets are disclosed in ranges that top out at over $50 million. That leaves the full value of the president's holdings unclear. Asked for comment about Trump's significant increase in income from crypto, a White House spokeswoman said Trump had, quote, proudly made the United States the crypto capital of the world. Number 4. Dangerous heat and humidity will build across the East beginning today. A heat dome has already brought serious humidity to parts of the Midwest. Stretches of Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin were hit with mugginess that rivaled or even exceeded that of famously muggy Dubai. That kind of intense heat isn't common in those areas. This morning, the heat dome has been strengthening and bringing high temperatures above the Ohio Valley, with 150 million Americans covered by heat alerts from the National Weather Service. From today into the weekend, similarly high and dangerous heat will build across the east. Temperatures will rise toward 105 degrees, and records could be broken in the cities of Albany, New York, Philadelphia, Baltimore, and D.C. For a more detailed weather forecast, hit the link to our newsletter. You can find that in our show notes. The U.S. will take on Bosnia-Herzegovina in a World Cup elimination match tonight. That's our fifth story. The Americans are the favorites to win, but the round of 32 has produced some big upsets already. So they will be doing everything they can to avoid becoming the next Germany or Netherlands. If they can pull it off, it would be the U.S. men's first World Cup knockout win in 24 years. In 2002, they beat Mexico and South Korea. That's the only time it's happened. The team does have one secret weapon on its side this year, their barista, Becky Reeves. Defender Joe Scally says Becky gets the team energized and feeling good mentally, and called her a vital point to our success. According to Becky, the team is really into matcha, and something called blueberry cold foam. As a journalist, I'm required to stay neutral on this issue. But anyway, shout out to you, Becky. I hope your cortados are extra delicious this morning. If you want to watch, kickoff is at 8 p.m. Eastern. Number 6. If you're at risk of Alzheimer's, good dietary habits may help. A study in Sweden followed nearly 1,900 adults aged 60 or older for 15 years. It found that people with an elevated risk of dementia were less likely to develop the condition if they followed a healthy dietary pattern, particularly a less inflammatory one. Those who had a blood marker indicative of Alzheimer's who followed a low-inflammation diet had a 29% lower risk of dementia than those who had different eating patterns. Other research also increasingly points to inflammation as a driving force in dementia. So, what is a low-inflammatory diet? It's similar to a Mediterranean-style diet with a focus on eating more fruits and vegetables and limiting ultra-processed packaged foods. Refined grains and sugary drinks may be delicious, but they also tend to be pro-inflammatory. As for blueberry cold foam, I have absolutely no idea. And at number 7, a giant telescope embarked on a decade-long survey of the universe. On a mountaintop in Chile's Atacama Desert, the Vera C. Rubin Observatory began its mission on Monday night to map the stars. Its huge digital camera will create a comprehensive time-lapse of the sky over the southern hemisphere, taking an image every 30 seconds. The depth and detail it captures will enable astronomers to chart new planets, new asteroids, new galaxies, and whatever else might be out there. The hope is that it will also allow them to measure the properties of dark matter. We don't know what dark matter is. It holds galaxies together but does not emit, reflect, or absorb light. Another mystery is dark energy, which is thought to be responsible for the universe's accelerating expansion. If you want to take a look at some of the images taken by the telescope so far, they will make you feel very, very small, but in a good way. Our newsletter has the story. Find the link in the show notes for today's episode. All right, you're all caught up. I've been at the Post for a very long time, but today is my 3rd anniversary of working on the 7 team. Buy me a birthday present in the form of a Washington Post subscription. There's a big July 4th sale happening right now. You can get The Washington Post for just $20 for your first year. After the first year, it'll cost $140 a year, but you can cancel anytime. That's unlimited digital access to trusted journalism that helps you understand the people, ideas, and events shaping America's future. Go to WashingtonPost.com/subscribe and get ready for what's next with The Post. That's WashingtonPost.com/subscribe. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'll meet you back here tomorrow.